Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elena and I am here to do a rundown of all the books that I read in January. I read a total of 12 and each one I gave a star rating out of 5. To start off, the first book that I read was Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. I thought this book was just average. It is about a husband that leaves a note and he disappears, and his wife spends majority of the story trying to figure out what happened. There are some twists and turns, but it was just nothing that piqued my interest. It is a book that I will probably not remember much about, probably at the end of this year. From this author, I also read Wrong Place, Wrong Time, and that book also I just gave 3 out of 5 stars. So I don't think I will be continuing any other books by this author. The next book that I read was 3 Days in June by Ann Taylor. It is a literary fiction. I don't physically have this book in my possession. It was a book that I got out of my Libby app with the library, so I listened to it via audiobook. I found that book to be pretty boring. There was really nothing to it. I'm also not a literary fiction reader. It was just short, so I figured I'd give it a try. It's pretty much a character that just agonizes about every decision that they have ever made and continues to make. There are moments that made me just roll my eyes. I was really not connecting with the character and the storyline, so I won't read from this author again. Yeah, it's just was okay. Next on my list is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really, really good. It is a magical realism. The story takes place in a cafe that has time travel elements. The characters go back in time at to a specific time that they want to reflect on, and there's always some kind of a lesson with it when they come back. The catch is that you do have to come back before the coffee gets cold, otherwise you get stuck in that moment in time and you're not allowed to come back. I will continue the series. I have the other 3 books, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Sorry, I have my notes. The Girl in the Tower. I also gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. This is book 2 in a trilogy. It is by Catherine Arden, and it is a fantasy. It's about a young girl living in the Russian wilderness. She has the ability to see things that others are not able to, which eventually draws an unwanted attention from a winter demon. I can't really say too much more because you have to read Bear and the Nightingale, which is the first book. I really enjoyed this coming of age story. There's a lot of good themes such as family, friendship, trust, learning about trust, and also religion. But I just enjoyed seeing the growth of this character throughout the first and second book. And yeah, I will continue this journey with the next book in the trilogy. The next book I would like to talk about is Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. It is a young adult horror. It is about a boy who gave his heart to another that he loved. It is a boy that is obsessed with a fellow classmate, and his name is Andrew, and he has feelings for Thomas, and he's willing to do anything to protect him. That includes lying for him, even killing for him. And it's a twisted tale of teenagers and how they grow up and having to deal with life situations that are put in front of them. It's very dark, and some parts were very descriptive and gruesome. It did have me on the edge of my seat, and I did really, really enjoy it. Assistant to the Villain. It was a 4 out of 5 stars for me. It's by Anna Nicole Mahir. It is a romantasy. It's about a woman that loses her job and finds an ad in a local paper to be an assistant, and it happens to be a villain, and it's just her and her journey with this villain and how they both catch feelings for one another. It's a goofy and quirky time, has a lot of humor, and there were a few times where I found myself giggling at certain parts. So it's definitely characters that I do enjoy, and I will continue with this series. I have the next 2 books, and I look forward to it. Mexican Gothic by Silva Maria Garcia. I also gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. It is a adult horror. The main character receives a strange letter from her cousin who had just got married and was sent off to live with her husband and family at a mansion, but apparently there are sinister things moving about. She thinks that she's losing her mind, and she wants her cousin to come down and check it out with her. And when the main character gets there, she also starts experiencing the same things. So I found it very interesting. The family and both the mansion are very strange. I was enjoying the twists and turns, and yeah, it held my interest for the entire time I was reading it. I did also consume this book via audiobook and reading alongside it, and I found it very atmospheric, and I would definitely continue reading from this author. I've read several of her books, and there was a few that I gave 5 out of 5, and this one was my first 4 out of 5. It is a story of friendship between Eleanor Roosevelt and Mary McLeod Bethune. They form a friendship that changes the world. It's Mary is a civil rights activist, and of course Eleanor Roosevelt is the first lady, and they come together to fight for what is right, and it's just a wonderful friendship during a historical moment in time, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely read from this author again. Babel by Arv Kwong. This book I gave 4 out of 5 stars. It is a fantasy, dark academia, historical fiction. It's in the academic settings, taking place in Oxford. Pretty much, we're following a group of students who are majoring in translation. There's an underground society that uses dark magic, and these students want to uncover the secrets and have a revolution. And I found it to be very good. I at times did have a hard time keeping track of what was going on, because this book does have footnotes, and I had to stop and use an audiobook as well as read it in order to understand everything that was going on. Arv Kwong is becoming one of my favorite authors. I have read a few books from her, and I will continue to read from her books. And finally, Rachel Harrison, Play Nice. This is a horror It is about a woman that confronts demons of her past. She moves back into her childhood home that is haunted. She wants to fix it up and sell it, but there are other plans that the house is uncovering for her and making her remember. There are a lot of secrets, and you just follow the journey that this woman is going on. There's a lot of twists and turns, and it definitely had me hooked. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it, and this is my third book by Rachel Harrison, and I pretty much gave all of her books either 4 or 5 stars. So I look forward to reading more from this author, and definitely pick this book up. It's really good. And that is it for now. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked my video, please leave comments and like and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys soon with the next one. Bye.